Hey, you guys. It is Wednesday, April 29th. You are here with the hit list. Sorry for our tardiness. You know, our co-hosts have lives and families and all that other stuff. So I tried to be sympathetic to that. I don't have a family. Well, not kids and stuff, but so I try to be sympathetic to everyone. So sorry about our tardiness, but we're here now. We have been off for a couple of weeks. Like I said, we have lives, doctor's appointments, you know, life is life. And for a lot of people, we want to send our prayers out to our co-host, Natasha.
Yeah.
She is, her dad is on hospice, and her family is in that stage, that in-between stage of trying to get things prepared and, you know, hot nurses coming in and out. So she's going to be off for a couple weeks, so we just send her our love and our prayers, and we love you, Natasha. We miss you.
We love you.
Love you, girl.
Yes. But other than that, we are here. We have some. It's going to be a very political heavy show tonight, and I didn't do that on purpose. It's just the stuff that's been happening in our world. We got to talk about it. So, but first off, Michael, how are you?
I'm doing well. This week was the end of the semester for my teaching gig. I'm a professor, as everybody knows. So I'm happy that it's done. It was a busy semester, got a lot of stuff done. Looking forward to the break this summer.
Yeah.
You know, no complaints. In good health, weather's getting nicer, plenty to do. What could be wrong?
That's so sexy when you say you're a professor.
I'll take your word for it.
I love the mustache too. It's giving.
Dina, how are you, my doll?
Ooh, I'm okay. How about you?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dina has done. She's been away for a couple weeks. Dina be gig, like she does everything. She sings.
Really does.
I do a lot of things.
She's trying to break into the styling world. So if you need a stylist, hit Dina up, hit me up, hit Kate up. One of us. I think there's enough money to make out here for all of us. So
Absolutely.
I told Dina the other day, if she needs some help with anything, hit me and Kate up. We will guide her. We will bring her into the fold. So congratulations on all your accolades. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, babe.
Shaq, how are you?
The usual busy and overextended, completely overextended, but you know, I'm here and I'm queer, so
we got the same color on. Do you have pink on?
Yeah, it's like a reddish pink, and I look delicious, don't I?
I have hot pink on, but it's reading with this lamp. It's reading like red. I don't know.
Yeah, I got that. You know what? Let me tell you, my favorite trick is to pull up like actual browsers and just go to the Google page because it's super illuminated, and it's a trick that gives me extra lighting sometimes when I'm in a dark room.
Really?
No, it works. Like seriously, right now, pull up an extra tab if you have a second screen, or even if you only have one screen. Like just have a little corner of it and pull up Google, and it's like an extra bit of lighting that'll hit you in the face.
Nice.
Yes.
I get creative.
Jonte, are you there?
I am.
How are you doing this week?
I am great. My daughter turns 4 tomorrow. I've been a parent for 4 years. It's kind of overwhelming, but you know, it's the zoo as normal.
Yay! Well, I am glad you could make it on tonight. And
you going to the party? You gonna have about 34-year-olds there?
You know, I'm not. I'm the underwhelming parent. Life is hard, and I want to show you exactly how hard it can be. So you might get a gift, and that's about it.
Life is hard.
No judgment, girl. Take her to Chuck E. Cheese and let her run for 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
And she'll love it.
Exactly.
It'd be the best party ever. My son still talks about his Chuck E. Cheese party. Not that one where I spent like $1,500. No, he talks about the Chuck E. Cheese party.
Do we even have Chuck E. Cheese anymore?
Yes,
it's still there, Ashley.
Oh, okay. Because I was a showbiz kid. Like we had showbiz pizza place.
I remember
but to be
that.
honest with you, I look at all of those places, the trampoline places, the Chuck E. Cheeses.
They're all Chuck E. Cheese.
It's all a big germ. All of it.
Oh, so dirty.
Correct.
All of it is an
Hey,
infection.
it's building immunities, okay?
Correct. Yes, you're right.
If you went there, you wouldn't have got COVID. How about that?
I mean, for real. And then you want all these kids to run around with no shoes on? Absolutely not. No.
Oh my God, my son is a petri dish. I dropped him off at everything and sits
I can't
somewhere
stand it.
and I ain't there.
Miss Caitlin,
Hey, baby.
how are you?
Oh my God, I'm good. Julian's about to graduate in like 12 days. So I'm doing that whole thing and I just cannot wait. Like it
That's
just
huge.
yeah. So we're just going through the motions with all
Congrats,
that.
Mom.
And it's at Breslin Center, which is MSU. And there's 1,500 kids in his class. So
Wow.
I am going to be sitting at a Breslin Center for about 4 hours watching all these kids walk.
Wow.
How many tickets did they give you? How many tickets do you get?
There's,
when you have that
it's so
many?
big that there's not even tickets. And they're just like, come.
Well, congratulations, Julian. I can't.
I
believe
know.
he's
It's been a long
grown.
time coming. So
I
he's
can't
lucky
believe
because
he's
he did like
grown.
3 of his high school years at home and then just did the last one. So, but we're
Remember
so
when-
ready. We're done.
Remember when we were pushing Julie around in the stroller in around the streets of Chicago? That
Yup.
seemed like it was yesterday.
He was at Pride.
Wow. Oh, he was. I did take him to Pride, didn't I?
You sure did.
Wow.
That was nice of you. Thank you.
Hey, Natasha.
Right.
Glad you're watching.
Natasha!
We love you. We miss you. Okay, you guys, we have a lot to get into tonight. So first off, the White House Correspondents' Dinner. I almost want to do a special show about this last week when it happened. The White House Correspondents' Dinner, was last. You guys, damn it, I didn't upload that video. Anyways, I had footage of the ballroom and what was all the madness. But anyways, you've seen it. And there was a gunman. He rented a room at the hotel, had guns. He came from California to Chicago to DC on the Amtrak with guns loaded, got a hotel at the ballroom where this was held. And he tried to, we had everybody. We had the president, the vice president, we had the speaker of the house. Everyone was in the same room. So he was really trying, he had guns ablazing for them. But the next day, President Trump did an interview. And I want to play this clip and then we will talk about his response.
Seconds grabbing the vice president by his coat, lifting him up, bringing him out. Then the counter assault comes in. Took 10 seconds for them to flank you, Mr. President, and then 20 seconds to get you out. It looked chaotic. At one point, you were down. What was happening?
Well, what happened is it was a little bit me. I wanted to see what was happening, and I wasn't making it that easy for him. I wanted to see what was going on. And by that time, we started to realize maybe it was a bad problem, different kind of a problem, bad one, and different than what would be normal noise from a ballroom, which you hear all the time. And I was surrounded by great people, and I probably made them act a little bit more slowly. I said, wait a minute, let me see, wait a minute. So, I'm telling guys.
Just at that moment where it looks like you go sort of down with the service,
Well,
you were
they
telling
asked
them
me-
to wait?
Well, no, what happened is then I started walking with them. I started walking, and they said, please go down on the floor. So I went down, and First Lady went down also, but we were asked to go down by the agents as I was walking. In other words,
They
I was-
wanted you almost to crawl
I was
out.
standing up, pretty much. I was standing up and then turned around the opposite direction and started pretty much walking out, pretty tall, a little bent over because I'm not looking to be standing too tall. And but I was walking out. It was pretty about halfway there, and they said, "Please go down to the floor. Please go down to the floor."
So let's talk about this. So almost instantly after this hit the internet and the TV, there were people saying this was a fake, another fake attempt to make him look better, to make people feel sorry for him. I even thought that, at first, but then I start watching different shows, listen to different people talk, and I don't know if my mind has changed, but I'm somewhere in the middle. What do we think, Michael? What did you think about this whole? What happened?
I'm skeptical. Look, I don't know. This type of thing shouldn't happen. And I'll say that no matter who is president or what is going on, it is the United States of America. He is our leader, whether we love it or not. And there shouldn't be these attempts on a president's life. I think we live in an age where things can be done quickly and things can move very quickly, especially with social media. And as far as like getting guns and stuff, it's faster than ever. It's really sad to see this. I don't know what this person was thinking. One random person to break through hundreds of armed agents and into this ballroom to cause any damage. It kind of seems like a plant in a way, but at the same time, I think it might be just more symptomatic of an epidemic of mental illness that is plaguing our country, and this is how it manifests.
Most definitely. Shaq.
Michael, you were always so spot on. So I was with you until you said mental illness. I would like to take a moment to talk about mental illness and to be very clear. Mental illness is rampant in this country, right? Mm-hmm. It's all over the place. We're on Xanax. Xanax is a conversation starter, right? Like we're all on something. Let's be very clear. The bulk of the populace is not doing anything wrong other than maybe taking too many Xanax, right? So like the average mental illness in America looks like your teacher that takes anxiety pills, right? Mental illness in America looks like your favorite cousin that's probably bipolar and makes some bad shopping decisions from time to time, but for the most part pays her bills and takes care of her kids. Mental illness is managed like all illness, like having bad knees, like having diabetes. Like we're all, a lot of us have some level of mental illness, right? Like it's levels to it. It's a scale, from batshit crazy to woo. I had to take some antidepressants. So I want to say that I think that we are making this we need to be very careful of linking all this bad deviant behavior to mental illness, because many mentally ill people are not committing crimes, right? So like bad behavior is bad behavior, and I don't want to dress it up as mental illness. And so that throws me. I think we need to be very careful of saying that. I'm tired of talking about mental illness in our country. When I talk about mental illness, I'm talking about how we all should be in therapy and we should be managing it. I do not want to link mental illness to crime. People are out here doing craziness. That's craziness. You trying to kill a president? That's craziness, right? And it's not real craziness though. It's bad behavior, right? And bad behavior isn't always mental illness. Sometimes bad behavior is bad behavior. And there are many reasons why someone might want to hurt the current administration, people in the current administration. And all of it isn't mental illness at all. I don't believe that is the case. With that being said, I'm not a fan of Trump in any capacity. Mm-hmm. But I definitely I know a lot of people are like, oh, so I wish somebody would take him out and so forth and so forth. And I think that if we are just talking casually, we maybe can see some greatness in that because people are sick of him. But the reality is we should be really nervous of a first world country where presidents get assassinated. That stuff isn't supposed to happen in a country like ours. We're a first world country. People, the president isn't supposed to get assassinated. But we've seen attempts over the years, right? We've seen it. And when we do, it is horrifying collectively. The nation should be collectively horrified. And I think that Trump is so incendiary that maybe people aren't feeling that. But if you can get out of your feelings and your thoughts on politics as a whole, you do need to understand that the president of the United States should not be assassinated. That's a problem. That's just a problem, regardless of how you feel about him and whether you think he deserves it or not. Now, is all of this a hoax or a conspiracy theory or whatever? I don't know. I think what's really sad to me about this country is that we're having those conversations right now. Because if someone had tried to kill President Obama, if somebody had tried to kill President Bush, or if somebody had tried to kill Clinton, if somebody had tried to kill any other president, nobody would have been talking about, is this a hoax? Is this a conspiracy? Is this a game? Right? So we are no longer a serious country, and that sucks.
A lot of good points there, Shaq. I want to jump to Jonte because she is our conservative on the panel. Jonte, what do you think about all of this? Was it a hoax? What do you think about the attempts on plural on our president, all of that?
I'm leaning more towards that it was a hoax, especially because, and I'm gonna not name names here, but I remember being in the OR when Obama was elected and how aggressive and strong some of the people felt about it, and some of the things they wished, and some of the things that they would be a part of if they were willing to. Not right now, baby. Okay, but never did you see them, plan and take it out and pay someone. This has so much freedom to it. It's so strange how convenient it is that it's so public and it's so opportunistic and it's being carried out. It may not be successful, but I definitely I'm seeing hoax all over it.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Dina, do you want to touch this?
I'm standing with Jonte. I feel like it's a hoax.
Okay.
And I'm in between Shaq and Michael. Because do I think that this man was mentally ill? Probably. But do I feel like that is an excuse for what he did? It depends on the level of mental illness we're talking about. So, and I don't know enough about him to make that assessment. But mental illness running rampant in our country, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. America is crashing out. I don't know what is going on. But
they tired.
I don't know if it's my algorithm, but all I'm seeing is like fighting and hatefulness.
No, people are crashing out.
People are. I don't know what's going on.
That creates unrest. When people can't pay their bills, when people can't afford to live, when people can't afford health care, when children are just casually dying all the time in
bills
schools
are sky high, and but our income.
Your child can be killed in a school shooting. There's nothing sacred anymore. Nothing is sacred. People are all on it. Some things that used to be hidden are just out there. We've lost a sense of decorum. That is how this happens, and that does create a sense of chaos. Like it just does. People are buck wild out there, and it won't get any better because the world isn't getting any better. It's getting worse.
So not even 30 minutes after this has happened, our president, Trump goes on the television, CNN, holds a press conference, and he immediately starts talking about this ballroom. That's where I think people were like, okay, someone just tried to take you out, and now you're talking about a ballroom. So it was really, and that's where I kind of, with my eyes was like, I call shit, because that's the most important thing you want to talk about right now is a ballroom. So now they're saying, I don't know if you guys remember that Trump said that the ballroom was going to be privately funded. All his best friends were going to fund the ballroom. No taxes would be touched. Well, now they're asking for over $450 million in our taxes to build this ballroom. So Whoopi Goldberg said something about it on The View I thought was really, really interesting. Let's listen to this clip.
I'm going to make Mexico pay for the wall. It will not come out of taxpayer. Next thing you know, they're like, we need money for the wall. We need some money. Now you need money for a ballroom. It's not your building. It's not yours. That's the first thing. This belongs to the people of the United States of America. It is not your building. I want these people to recognize this is not a country you can buy. You don't own the country. Stop trying to buy everything and put your name on everything. You are there for 4 years, 8 years if you're lucky. That's all the time you get. These buildings are not going with you.
But he's charging us. That's the real annoying part.
He's charging us, but, if you're going to charge us for this, then give us all the other stuff free. If you want this ballroom, good luck. Give me back. If you want the ballroom, give me back my health care. Give me back my money. Yes. Give me back my social. Give me everything that you're taking from me. Yeah. If that's what you want. Or I'll build it, but you got to leave. This is.
So, a lot of Americans are upset because this ballroom, if they do, they need $450 million in taxes. A lot of people will never step in this ballroom. A lot of us will never see this ballroom. Yet we're paying for it, and we can't afford groceries. We can't afford gas. We can't afford. So is this ballroom really important? I'd like to hear just a couple. Everybody doesn't have to go. Dina, what do you think about this ballroom?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not important. No. No. When gas is $4.29 a gallon, are you kidding? No. No, it's dumb. It's a horrible use of resources. Horrible.
Well, thank you. Michael, what are your thoughts on this ballroom?
I could give a shit less about the ballroom, but I think Whoopi's got something wrong. She says, this country's not for sale. Get with the times, Whoopi. It sure as fuck is. That's the only way you're getting anything done these days. It doesn't matter how good your cause is, how just it is, how much you deserve, whatever you think is coming to you. If you don't have the money, it is not going to happen. And I'm a realist, all right? I honestly think this is just the new world order. We're not going to go back to how it was with ideals and everything else. Money talks. Get into it.
John Tay, what do you think about this ballroom?
Hail to the no. Hail to the no, no, no.
Okay.
That's how I feel about it.
Shaq, really quick, how do you feel about this ballroom?
Trump reminds me of like that old grandparent at the barbecue, and everybody's talking about one thing, and then they come in and they're like, "Did you see the shirt I bought for my dog?" And you're like, "That's not what we're talking about, Grandpa." So that's what that ballroom is. That's the shirt he bought for his dog.
Interesting. So let's jump. So it seems like comedians, freedom of speech. If Joan Rivers was here right now, I don't know, she would have been canceled because she was just. I don't know how she could have lived in a world and talked the way she talked and people not get upset. Jimmy Kimmel, prior to the correspondence dinner, he did this, I think 2 or 3 days beforehand. He went on and did his monologue and did like a mock, what he would say if he was at the correspondence dinner. And our First Lady, Melania Trump, is calling for his immediate fire from and canceled. They want his canceled show and they want him fired immediately. Let's see what he said, and then we're going to talk about what we think.
So beautiful. Mrs. Trump, you have a glow like an expectant widow. As you're all aware, Melania is a movie star now. Her documentary had a score of 10% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is a website named after her husband's testicles. Before we go any further, Melania, this is Donald. Donald, this is Melania. That was my impression of Jeffrey Epstein. Pretty good. By any stretch of the definition, a call to assassination, and they know that. I've been very vocal for many years speaking out against gun violence in particular, but I understand that the First Lady had a stressful experience over the weekend, and probably every weekend is pretty stressful in that house.
So he said he did his first monologue where he did the joke about, being an expected widow, and then the assassination attempt happened, so it made that look kind of really bad. But then he went and apologized the next night he was on. So what do we think about, and we're going to do the Erica Kirk story coming up soon about she's, wants to sue Drewski for that skit that he did against her. So it seems like a lot of comedians are coming under fire. A lot of freedom of speech is coming under fire. What do we have to say about this? Kate, do you want to take this?
I mean, freedom of speech is protected. This has been going on. Like, there's always been cartoons and jokes about presidents. And, now obviously it's broadcasted even more. And Jimmy Kimmel's been very vocal about it all. But it is protected in our Constitution. And, you can't stop that. They can't silence him. But it's been going on forever. I mean, look what they've said about Obama. And it's been racially motivated. And I think that's worse than just making fun of like current events. I don't know.
It's really
weird. Touch it.
It's really weird to me that almost less than 2 weeks ago, President Trump was tweeting about blowing up an entire country and taking out an entire human population. But we can't make jokes on late night TV. It just seems like it's always really one-sided. Shaq, what do you think?
Well, no. I am always flummoxed by them being so upset because, like, white people love roasts. Like, and that's what they created. You know, that thing where they get on there and they talk bad about everybody and everybody insult each other and then they think it's funny. You know, stuff that black people will get you beat up in black households. That's normal to them. So I don't really understand why I guess it's like they like roast, but only if they choose the roast.
Yeah, he's not inciting violence. He's not encouraging the violence. You know, he's just reporting on it. You know, it is what it is. Like, people are mad at Trump, and they're mad because it's true. They really are. Like,
I guess it's only okay when they're hanging out with Tom Brady or something. And I don't know. Why do y'all pick and choose when y'all like to do roasts? Because we ain't got no white people here who can speak for white people, but Kate is just not white enough. So we need to get some white people on here who can explain why these white folks so mad.
I don't even want to be called. Don't even call me white.
Ain't even a real representative for the people. So we need not a representative to tell us about this, because I don't get it.
Michael, what do you have to say about this?
You know, my first thought was our good girl Jimmy. She's looking snatched these days, right? All pulled all the way back. Listen, I find Jimmy Kimmel deeply unfunny, and I think that if he should be canceled for anything, it's because he's not a very good late night host. This is like one note. It's always going in on Trump and over and over again. It's obviously we have freedom of speech here or whatever else, but find some new material. And, my other observation is everyone is very thin-skinned these days, and it starts at the top, as we are learning. I am so tired of going out into the world and having to worry about everyone else's feelings over the stupidest shit ever. I don't even care about my own half of the time. Like, I just can't get into this. It's so boring to me. Can't we just go back to saying hi to your neighbor and like leaving everyone alone? That would be glorious.
That would be nice.
John Tay?
I would like that.
My grandfather used to always say, fair is fair to whoever is in charge. If you're not in charge, it's not going to be fair. And at this point, that's life. Like, my boy Donnie, he throws a tantrum when somebody hurts his feelings, but he, wants to hurt everybody else's feelings all the time without even thinking about it. And everything is just so censored when it's just supposed to be so free. So I don't know. At the same time, if I was Jimmy Kimmel, I would let you know, Ashley, and we've talked about this before, I wouldn't apologize. I would say, screw you. So I don't know. I'm just disappointed in everything right now.
Yeah, I get it. I forgot. I got to say this. Under disclaimer, copyright under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, commenting, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. I have to say that because we use like clips from other people's stuff, so I don't want to get flagged. So yeah, so right after that happened, this happened today. Play the clip and we'll talk about it.
Morning, I wake up to a new headline lying about me.
Oh my God.
I have comedians dressing up in whiteface. I have people saying I'm not fit to be CEO. And I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband. And the list goes on and on and on.
We don't care.
And I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband. And the list goes on and on and on. There is a serious epidemic of dehumanization plaguing this country. The most unthinkable tragedies have now become commonplace in our daily headlines, and yet the media finds a way to conveniently explain away violence. This is what we're up against. This is what we're up against. Every morning
So I really wanted to type under her comment, but I'm trying to be a better Christian and a better human being. So I did it. But that's really how I feel. She's always crying about something.
No one has been more turned up than her this entire time.
This entire time, because you could go somewhere and grieve. However, we keep having to look at you cry.
Thank you. Your children need you. Jesus.
She's always out and about. Always crying.
Girl, please.
Hey man, she is pure comedy. She is pure.
Brandy
Yo.
said, "Is she new here?"
The real winner is Drewski. All right, like shout out to Drewski, man. That kid done made
That was funny.
full career for himself.
Like,
And that's the other thing. Drewski never mentioned her name one time. He never said her name.
what is whiteface?
But when he did the stare, we knew what it was. But like now she said whiteface.
Tell me, man.
Is whiteface a thing?
What is
No.
Like put him on, Dina. Because is that a thing?
I want to know.
The reason why I rewound that part where she said Candace Owens is saying she tried to murder her husband, because now they're really coming after Candace. And I don't fuck with Candace at all. Like, I don't mess with that girl. But I'm kind of feeling sorry for her because they coming after her so heavy. Laura Loomer, I don't know if you guys know who she is. Laura Loomer came out of the blue with insults raging at Candace this week. Let's watch the clip and then we'll talk about both Erica Kirk and Laura Loomer and Candace.
This nappy-headed black bitch who just has a lot to say, but not really a lot to offer. So I'm not afraid of Candace. I'm not afraid of Candace Owens. There's really honestly nothing that this woman can do to me. There's nothing that Candace Owens can say about me that's going to... God hates you, Candace. God hates you. Your husband hates you. Humanity hates you. Everybody who loved Charlie Kirk hates you. Your children are 100% going to hate you. And if what Milo is saying about your husband allegedly getting plunged in the ass by other men is true, your husband, the person that you're supposed to grow old and died with, hates you, Candace. So Candace Owens is just one resentful ghetto black bitch. Like, that's literally what she is. She's a racist too. Like, you could listen to this, and I'm not a racist person, right? Like, I don't hate black people, but I say she's a ghetto black bitch because you have to listen to the way that she has so much resentment for white girls, like white girls with blonde hair and blue eyes. And you know, I'm originally a blonde too. I have blonde hair and blue eyes, right? Maybe that's why Candace has so much resentment towards me. But listen to the way that she describes how traumatizing it was for her to go on a play date as a young black girl in Connecticut at the home of a wealthy white blonde girl with blue eyes. And she really sees Erica Kirk as that white blonde girl that got everything that she wanted while her mommy and daddy didn't love her. Daddy didn't love me, and I was jealous of the white blonde girl growing up who had mommy and daddy, so now I'm going to dedicate my life to destroying every pretty white blonde girl that...
So she said ghetto black bitch a total of three sets of times in her spiel. What do we think about the Erica Kirk coming against Candace Owens? What do we think about Laura Loomer versus Candace Owens? Does she deserve this? Or what? I'm interested to see what you guys think. Dina?
I'm sorry. I'm stuck at the ghetto black B part because she would have to see me for that. But no, I don't feel like Candace Owens is deserving of that. That's a lot. That's a lot. I don't even like what's happening? What is going on? Where are we living? That people just freely say things like this.
And you know, it's getting worse. I've seen so many videos come down my timeline with the
like her. Somebody like her, and I know the church gonna talk about me, but somebody like her, you're not gonna really believe that fat meat is greasy until I pull in your driveway. You're not gonna really believe it, but somebody gonna have to pull up on you, ma'am, and they're gonna have to put hands on you because who are you talking to like that? What? Ghetto black B? I mean, repeatedly.
Yeah.
No. Absolutely not. Not me.
Beat her ass, Candace. Call your cousins up. Show her ghetto
I mean,
black.
for real, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you everything you're looking for. You want to see that? Okay.
My dear Christian mother says Candace deserves every bit of it. Ooh. Okay.
She can't handle the smoke. She can't handle the smoke, though. She really can.
Kate, take this.
You know what? Commenting on somebody's appearance, really just holds no merit in any argument. So I always just find that just like classless and just like, what are you really trying to accomplish there? But I don't ever agree with Candace Owens. She really does put herself out there and talk so crazy. So but just the terms that chick was using. I just Googled her. She's 32. I mean, she looks so much older than that, but
you do.
I mean, Candace, girl, call your cousins, girl. That girl, I mean, I don't even want to promote violence at all, but at just some point, like, handle that, honey. Like, do something, retaliate in some way.
It's always
funny. Down with words. I can't. That's just disgraceful.
It's always funny to me how these people in their safe, sex
run their mouth. Exactly.
These people, what?
They'd never come to the South Side Chicago or Bronx.
I mean, because for real, pull up with that energy.
Michael, what do you think?
You know, I agree with Kate. We shouldn't comment on people's appearance, but I'll rest easier knowing that Jigsaw is not afraid of Candace Owens. And, you know, listen, everybody's got something to say these days. It's almost like they're playing caricatures of themselves. To what end, I don't know. They must make a lot of money. Pat yourself on the back, I guess, but something bad will probably come of this someday.
Shaq?
The first thing I have to say is I have nothing to say regarding what Candace does or doesn't deserve. I have no defense of her. You know what? She's staying married white folks' problems. You know what I'm saying? She need to stay out of white folks' business. How about that, Candace? So now I don't got no defense for Candace. But what I will say is the word bitch stands alone. It doesn't need a descriptor. You don't have to say white bitch or black bitch. You can just say bitch and it works. And so, you know, to talk about somebody being specifically a black ghetto bitch, not just any bitch, but a black ghetto one. Yeah. And then to follow it up with I'm not racist is wild to me.
Wild.
That's just wild. Huh? Like, and so I don't want to mention Candace, right? Because the fact that it's Candace kind of makes it like she's just so unlikable, you know, that it can kind of distract from the fact that what that woman said is just wild. Does Candace deserve it? I think Candace has reaped exactly what she's sown, so I'm not really tripping on that. But, you know, just calling Candace a bitch would be sufficient. And so that was ridiculous. As for Erica, I find her comical. But at the end of the day, you know, that was her husband. And this random lady talking about her husband and her killing her husband, I think Candace is just in the wrong business. So I can feel her. It doesn't really touch me that they dislike this person, but how they go about talking about how they dislike her reveals them.
Yes, that's what it is.
They reveal themselves with that, right? They reveal themselves. And let me tell you, what really irks me about that is that you don't need to reveal yourself. Black people don't like her either. You don't have to mention her being black. I think it's a universal statement that people don't like her. So, you know, these people just go off revealing themselves, and that really, really. Let me tell you something. I hope that they have the same smoke for white women who are talking about them, and they don't. And that's why we end up talking about them being racist. Because let's be clear, white women are critiquing the heck out of MAGA. All right, the white folks is talking because not all white people MAGA. Right? There's a whole lot of Kates out there. You know what I'm saying? Plenty people have something to say about these people, and they don't seem to have no smoke for nobody but the ghetto black bitch, and that's revealing. So this is just awful. Racism is awful. They awful. Candace awful. All this is awful. I could have done without all of it.
You guys,
so thanks for sharing that, Ashley.
It hasn't happened to me yet, and I want Dina and Jante and Shaq to all really think about this. Think about it, because I don't know what I'm gonna do when it comes to me and someone slips and says that. I don't know, because you want to say, okay, I want to hold composure. I don't want to end up in jail. I have too much to lose. But that word just makes me hot. And I don't know. I live in Chicago. We're kind of like a, what I want to call it, a liberal bubble here. You don't really get a lot of that. But I just don't know what's going to happen today if someone tries that with me.
My God.
I just don't know.
Let's just hope you don't experience it.
Have any of you thought about that?
Type of crap.
Have any of you thought about that, Shaq, Dina, Jante?
I grew up in a very predominantly Caucasian community.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in Troy, Michigan, right by Somerset Mall. I graduated from Troy schools. My graduating class had about 3 black people in it.
Mm-hmm.
So And it was a class of about 1,000. We didn't have a whole lot of Black people. So I've experienced the name calling and all of that, especially as a girl, a Black girl coming up in the 90s, early 2000s. You know what I mean? You know, people had felt free to really act a fool back then. And then we kind of progressed to where we knew better, but now it's like we're progressing back to, you know what I mean? Where we just act like we don't have a clue. But we very much so have a clue. We know what we're doing. So, but you know, I've experienced it, not as an adult. I have experienced it because as an adult, that ain't gonna work.
Well, you know, Ash, if my first mind says with something like this, and that's not to say it's not happening or that we won't encounter it, but I try not to gauge the world or base any interactions in the world on Candace because she invites this sort of thing, right? Yeah. She courts it, she invites it, she got her business and everybody's business except her own business. Like, this woman is begging for people to come for her. She goes and finds them. She wants to keep herself in the media, and she does a good job of doing that. And so, you know, she's a very exaggerated sense of things. I think most of us are leaving white folk alone that move like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
We're not looking for the smoke in this generation. They got guns and Trump letting them loose. We minding our business. So, you know, we minding our Black business. So she's just out there just courting it, man. She's looking for it. And so she's getting a very exaggerated experience, but that's what she wants. So
Jonte.
Yeah, I'm here.
What are your thoughts?
So, you know, on one hand, I'm going to have to go with my peacekeeper, Michael, that nobody deserves any of this. But at the second hand, I don't ever take the bait. I'm just one of those people. Like, you can throw it out there as much as you want. I'm not going to take it. I'm going to go behind the scenes and ruin your life. So I'm a little torn because when you call me out my name, then I want to give it to you. Like, I want to show you that. But that's not who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can show you a bitch, but that's not who I am.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a conflict. Like, if I give it to you, I'm not really giving you me.
Okay.
And that's not a way I want to display it to my children.
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand.
It doesn't really bother me. It doesn't really trigger me. So I don't know.
Brandy said, I agree with Auntie Pam. I agree with Shaq Morgan too. And Pam also said the chickens were coming home to roost for Cameron. So
leave the people alone. They don't want her.
All right, let's move on. So you guys, we talk about often on this show, we talk about trans issues and just LGBTQ issues, and we've tried to calm that down a little bit. But when stuff is in the news, like, I'm just not going to shy away from it because people get intimidated. People get, what am I trying to say? People get, you guys, the word I'm looking for. People get offended. I'm not going to shy away from it because, people get offended. People like have really thin skin, but some things we just have to talk about. So this clip came up. Okay, thanks, Jonte. This clip came up in my feed like 3 weeks ago, and we were going to do it on the show last week, but we didn't have a show. And then I went over to King Jives' show. We had a show with the Kings last week, and he asked me if there was anything I wanted to talk about. And we spent the whole hour on this video. It really invoked conversation with us. I don't know how you guys are going to feel about it, but this was at Disneyland in California. And a lot of people have been upset about it, and I'm interested to see what you guys think. Hold on, I gotta let Jonte back in the room. There we go. I'm interested to see what you guys think. Let's watch it and watch really closely.
The day, you guys excited? Yeah. Is it guys the first time at the boutique? Are you guys ready? Yeah. Okay, Princess Marvel, we're gonna go this way. Was this your guys' first time at Disneyland? No, you've been here before? Do you come to our kingdom often? No, just every once in a while. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go up there.
So bring your little statement and then take your dressing room to get you all dressed up. Speaking of, is Rapunzel your favorite princess? Yeah, she's one of my favorite princesses too.
Bro, notice it's Disneyland in California. This, just like a woman shouldn't be Paul Bunyan, right? Paul Bunyan shouldn't be a chick. Man shouldn't be a princess. I'm sure he's a great dude. I'm sure he's a nice guy. But what is happening here? What kind of confusing ass stuff is that for a little kid? Why? Well, what's the purpose? For what? I don't get it. It's just ridiculous. God bless everybody.
So this individual was
You
dressed.
get on my nerves, Ashley. Where the hell you find that clip?
I'm on Instagram. So this individual was, I think, works for the Bibbidi Boppidi Boutique at Disneyland. That's a place where young kids can go and get dressed up as their favorite princess. And he was in the woman's smock and dress and heels and had a full beard and makeup on. So a lot of people in the comments were saying they don't think it's appropriate for kids. Some people were saying we live in a new world. I mean, this is what happens. Kids are going to have to learn. So I don't have kids. I know my mom didn't shelter me from that kind of stuff. I was always around, like her gay friends and her trans friends growing up. So I wasn't sheltered from this, but some people don't believe in showing their kids all that. What do we think, Dina?
I knew you were going to do that. And
hold on, before you comment, when we were talking about it on Jive's show, we were saying, okay, if you're going to be a trans woman, and mean it, there should be a way to look. There should be a standard, because you're saying you're a woman, but you have a full-on beard. That was the argument over there. So I want to know what you guys think about that as well.
I mean, he may not identify it with a specific gender, and that's his right, you know what I mean, to transition however he feels comfortable. However, I do, I don't shelter my children from seeing it. I don't shelter them from seeing it. I have a lot of gay friends and family, and I don't shelter them from seeing it. However, would I want to take my girls to Disneyland and he was walking around in a dress? I don't know. I probably would feel a little kind of a way with that. And not because I have any issue with how he lives his life. However, I do feel like don't take my choices away. I feel like I should have the right and privilege to introduce that to my children in a non-aggressive way. Okay. And it just being thrown in their face like that. I mean, kids have no filter. You know what I mean? You can expose yourself to some offense. And I would want to be able to have a conversation with my kids, which I have had conversations like this with them before, about loving everyone, accepting everyone, however they come, however they show up. You know what I mean? We love them for who they are. But in a situation like that, that's going to be a little bit abrupt, a little and I can already see my 9-year-old being like, what's going on? Mom, what's happening? What you know what I mean? And I would want to avoid that entire situation. So I mean, I can't give a real solid answer as much as I'm not completely comfortable with it.
Okay, gotcha. Kate.
That will never bother me in life. I will never be bothered by that. Like, it just does not bother me one bit, and I do not care. And them lines be so long at Disneyland. Like, those little girls just want to get in and into that castle and their hair done by, and they don't care who's doing their hair. Like, those little girls were excited. I mean, people are different. Even Michigan has a very large trans community, and you just wouldn't think about it. But I mean, I went to the DMV the other day, and there were transgendered women. You know, one was the manager and the other one was helping me. So, you know, this is just, people are coming out and being themselves and doing what they're doing. And whether we agree with it, there are trans rights. And, you know, the best thing that we can do is, you know, just teach children that people are different. Everybody's different and people look different, and we don't question it and we don't talk about the way other people look. And that's just what I do with my children, but I'm not bothered by it at all. You know, if I had a daughter, I don't care to get in that chair because these lines are long as hell. We're sitting in this hot California sun. I thought that was in Florida at first. And I was like, Florida, I'm so surprised. But California, you know, California is a lot more open and there's a lot more acceptance and love. And I think he did a great job. He seemed knowledgeable and he was ready to give those girls a good time. So that will just never bother me.
Michael?
You know, I agree with Kate. I guess I'm more surprised to hear that the conversation that you all had took an hour and that you managed to spend all that time talking about gatekeeping how a trans woman should look. I have a real issue with that. People are who they are. And what do you expect trans individuals to do? Hide in a room and not try to be a functional member of society? There are more than ever. We should try to make it as safe as possible. And yes, sometimes it will be uncomfortable. We don't have to understand what it is to be trans, but we can just say, you know what, you're out here, you're trying your best to live your life, and I'm okay with that. Nothing about that video was inappropriate or wrong to me.
Gotcha. Shaq? We can't hear you.
I always pride myself on my ability to see both sides of the coin. Two things can be true at the same time. My first response is, oh Lord, here we go. Like, you know, like, why you got a beard and you dressed up as that princess? That might be confusing for kids. But here's the thing. If you've heard of hirsutism, which is one of the diseases that falls under PCOS, those are women that have beards because they have an overabundance of, you know, those issues. And so it causes beards. And those are women. So actually a woman can have a beard. And those women are tired of shaving themselves and trying to look presentable. It's hard. You know, they have a disease. And so what if she was a woman with an actual beard? Would we react the same way? So I do think that we all have to learn to kind of mind our own business and let things go. And I think two things can be true. I think it can be a little jarring because we live in a world that for so long was so gender focused. It can be jarring to see, you know, differences. But, you know, that same argument is being used against having Black princesses, right? You know, like, you know, once upon a time we were having the same argument because the princess was a Black woman.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so then it translates into, you know, it's a guy or is this, is that. And so at some point you just have to let people live. I do think that we should teach our children to mind their business and to allow people to be people. Our children also very outspoken. Yes. I suspect that if a child says something to him or her, however he or she or they identify, I'm pretty sure that they probably correct them or teach them. You know, I'm fat. All right. So when I get around kids, it's either they want to rub on me or they want to tell me I'm fat. So, you know, that's often the opportunity for me to talk to children about fatness. You know, you calling me fat? Well, you fat too, Tubby. You know, and then we move on. You know, you can't see my knees. Well, I'll kick you in your knees. And then we move on. You know, so kids are disrespectful, and sometimes you got to bring them to task. But they're also sponges, and they learn. And you know, and conversations are good for children. So he, she, whatever that pronoun is, they know that by being in their dress like that, some children are going to say something. I know they're prepared for it. And so, you know, like, let's be good humans. Let's leave people alone. Maybe he's always loved Disney princesses. Again, maybe it's a woman with the beard. Everybody need to mind their business. But again, I can also see the other side. It's jarring. I think we all need to start being better people, and we all need to stop being so jarred. The things that we loved as children change, and that's okay.
Jonte, how would you and Tommy handle the situation? How would he feel about this in front of your kids? How would you feel about it?
So I agree with everything that everyone said. And that's why Disney World is not one of those places that we will be going until our kids are old enough to understand um, all of those things. On
As
a
high as
level,
they is, baby, ain't no rush.
right, as you know, to where they can be kind and not point and not ask questions. And I mean, you can ask questions, but not to offend anyone. And that's not something that I want to do. Is I don't want to hurt someone, especially when they're as vulnerable as they are trying to live their life. So yeah, we just we won't be going there or exposing them to that until we can get to a place that they can understand.
Gotcha.
But on the flip side, those moments, in my experience, Shantae, they're teachable moments. Kids, they have so many different exposure levels. You don't know what they're exposed to when they get away from you. My son has said things to me that threw me, and I'm like, where did you learn that? Like, because they are sponges and they're out in the world, and so I think that sometimes those uncomfortable moments are teachable moments. It is an opportunity for you to gasp and then go, what are you doing? And then that forces them to think about what they're doing, and then it creates a good conversation. I mean, the world is full of shocking stuff, and so I try not to be too afraid of what my son encounters. How I move is it's all a conversation, and we can talk about it if you want to. And as he's gotten older, we're having less and less conversations. I mean, kids are like whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, it's what Kate said. They trying to get up in there, and they trying to
You
get
are
a
absolutely
wand.
right. But about a week ago, I had to have a conversation with Tama on how Michael Jackson in Remember the Time was not actually a girl, and it took an hour. So I am just not ready for that yet. And I was exhausted afterwards. I called my husband. You need to come home. I need to lie down. I have told her several times that this is not a girl, and you go ahead and take over.
I'm sorry, that's just.
Oh wow!
They playing in our face, don't they? Now it took an hour. Like, bro, just.
She said she had to come home and lay down.
Wow. Well, I love to hear all you guys' opinions. We all think different things. We all do things different. I think over there when we had the conversation, I don't want to get into that. We're just two different groups.
I know what happened over there.
Yeah. We're two different groups. There are a lot of church boys, black church boys over there, and they have a certain. And then we had,
over there looking a mess.
Yeah, then we had Mia Nelson join the conversation, and she's very kind of old school Church of God in Christ. So it really.
Oh my.
Yeah, it went there. But we're a different group. I have different casts over here, so. I would have liked to hear what Brandy had to say about this. What
I can do Brandy. So what?
What Tamar had to say.
So what?
But yeah, let's move on. This is our last story for tonight. I added this right before we went on because I just saw it and we had to talk about it. I didn't want to not talk about this. Let's watch the clip and we'll chat.
The Grand Wizard of the KKK, or as he likes to put it, the National Director. See, the Ku Klux Klan is currently going through a rebrand. Instead of calling themselves the KKK, they now call themselves the Knights Party. And Thomas Robb doesn't like to call himself the Grand Wizard. Instead, he's chosen a more subtle PR approach, the National Director.
We don't have a sign, everybody welcome, because everybody's not welcome to our church. There's
something that no one has ever really talked about is the fact that Thomas Robb is not only the Grand Wizard of the KKK, he's also a pastor.
There's a certain element of people that just aren't welcome. The image always showed Jesus Christ with arms outstretched, wide out, like everybody. But the reality, Jesus Christ is not wide arms stretched. His arms are, what he said, the path was straight and narrow.
Right, but wouldn't you say that the path of straight and narrow is welcome to everybody?
Well, we're having to dissect various applications of that statement. But is it open to everybody, like in the broad sense of the word? No.
what I hear is like a person of color, a black man, can they be saved and then be part of the kingdom of God?
What does saved mean?
I mean, if we're going to go off of a traditional theological practice, it is understanding Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. A traditional Christian perspective, that means then you gain access to heaven.
Well, you know, I like the word redeemed.
I asked him if a black man could go to heaven, and this is Thomas Robb deflecting that question for 13 minutes. The reason why I was asking was when I was asking if a black man could be saved, you would just reference that they could just be blessed. So as one...
I just don't know. I mean, the Bible doesn't, literally, in spite of what people say, the Bible doesn't address black people. Hardly at all.
So does that mean then, so your belief is the Bible was written by white people to white people?
In modern terms, written by Israelites.
I mean, that's a very generic way of putting it, but yeah.
Written by Israelites to Israel.
So would an Israeli be welcome in your church?
Probably not.
And I want to make sure you picked up on that. His belief actually has nothing to do with how he believes the Bible or who he believes the Bible was written by or written to. It all has to do with the color of their skin. And that, my brothers and sisters, is how deeply racism and Christianity can go.
So, Michael, if I'm not mistaken, are all churches tax exempt?
Yeah, if it's an organized religion, yes, they would generally be tax exempt.
So it's funny to me how you can be tax exempt and have a church and get all these cuts, and I don't even want to go that way all the way, but I'm just saying, but you won't allow anyone to come to your church. Only a certain type of people, only white people are welcomed in your church.
I suppose, can we assume that they have, submitted the proper paperwork to get that exemption? I don't know. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. I'll just say this, though. I consider myself a religious person, but I have never met a man of the cloth that I would trust to teach me the word of God. And this is part of the reason why, right? It is open to interpretation. And in my experience, everyone seems to find a way to interpret it to exclude others or to enrich themselves. And I just, in my heart of hearts, cannot believe that that is what it's all about, right? So when folks wonder why there's an issue with organized religion, this is it. It's not a stance against religion in and of itself, deeply religious. It's a stance against the people that say, they are above me and they have something to teach me about this. It's people like this. Can't deal with it.
Dina?
It's hogwash. All of it is foolishness. And as Michael said, anything that is excluding of any human to come to God is foolishness. It's not biblical at all. And then you know what I mean, when he said, everybody talks about Jesus with his arms out wide, but it's actually very, very no. The what the Bible says is the pathway of righteousness is narrow, but the net is wide.
Yes, you better come on. Yeah,
the net is for everyone.
Yes.
The net is wide. We drop the net and we pull the fish in however they come. If they jump in, however they come, the net is wide. The pathway is narrow, but the net is wide. So if your net is narrow, sir, you have missed the mark completely.
Yes. You better preach. Shaq, what are your thoughts?
I don't tend to have many thoughts on ignorance. It's ignorant and it's stupid, and so I find that it gets the attention you give it. The only thing that I found interesting about the clip actually is the rebrand part. And now that's interesting to me to see them rebranding. They've been very unapologetically KKK, and so the rebrand so here's the thing. I work in marketing and branding, and you know, my corporate career is branding. And what branding says is the way we are needs an upgrade, it needs a change. What we're doing isn't working. And so so to hear the Grand Wizard say, you know, we're to know that the Grand Wizard and his team have decided to rebrand says to me that they know that something's wrong with them, right? You know this is wrong, and the packaging that you've been using previously is no longer functional. So you know you awful, you know you wrong, you know that's not right, you know, but you want what you want. And that's okay, you know. You believe what you want to believe, and that is what a free country is. They have a right to exist just like we all do. But when they're telling you themselves that they're wrong, I don't know why we're having a hard time agreeing with them. I think I would be more appreciative if they just remained unapologetically KKK.
Sure.
Like,
yeah,
we are hate.
You know what you're dealing with. Yeah.
We are hate, and that's what we are, and we hate this, and if you hate that, then you should come be with us. You know, I don't like that, but I understand that. But them rebranding, now that's just foolishness to me, because no, but whatever. Free country, right?
Does historical accuracy matter at all? Like, I just don't understand. Like, Jesus was not a white man. He was not white.
Yeah, you know, you know they're not trying to hear that.
I cannot.
And
you know, I just don't understand.
Israelite.
Even, you know, my family, we had a brown Jesus. You know what I mean? Like, he's from the Middle East. Like, Nazarene people are brown. Like, what is what are you? I just don't understand. Like, what are these people? Like, historical accuracy is everything. Like,
you're talking about. Never mind historical accuracy, scientific accuracy.
Okay,
like, all things come from brown.
So
it just is what it is.
I was actually just on Chat GPT, just looking at how the Bible addresses race, and it really just does not at all. So he was saying something about, like, you know, just saying that Black people are excluded from the Bible when that's not the case at all. You know, I haven't read the Bible. I can't quote the Bible. And I'm just reading some of these from here, and they have different scriptures that just talk about they might describe somebody's skin color, but only in a positive light and not in a way that's exclusive. So, I mean, I just don't understand. Like, why are we even listening to, like, who's even interviewing this man? He has like no leg to stand on.
Yeah. Both Kate and Dina, hair like wool, skin brown.
Ignorance.
Yeah.
I told y'all it's ignorance.
Like Brad.
You ever just hear your kids talking foolishness, and sometimes you take the time to correct them, and other times you just let them eat their cheese sandwich. Like, I ain't got time for you today. you know, just go ahead and stick a Lego in your nose, Tommy.
You were so hilarious.
I'm gonna take you to Children's Hospital, and you're gonna learn the hard way today, because I'm just not in the mood. That's what I felt watching that. You know, sometimes you just gotta let them stick a Lego in their ear. You know what I'm saying? Like,
good
natural selection just has to take its course.
It has to. Thank you.
I really only requested that he would have worn his whole outfit. That's what I was missing from the whole video, is that he did not have the outfit on.
Yeah. Okay, let's do the fashion files. My favorite time of the night. Let me get my list out because I can't remember all these by heart.
Yeah, after that we need some fashion files.
It was a very heavy show tonight. Okay, here we go. First we have. Let me get my. Why don't I have her? Okay, I know what it is, so I don't have to look it up. But Nene Leakes is wearing Mugler, and she's wearing Louboutin shoes.
We've seen this one before.
Did we see this one? This is newer. Nene
really,
wears a lot of bodysuits.
It looked like she just like a lot of. Well,
she wears a lot of bodysuits. Michael, yay or nay?
She looks great. Yay.
Shaq?
You know, I think she's delicious.
Dina?
She looks amazing.
I love that monochrome color on color. I love that. Jante?
All day. I love this on her, especially the hair contrast is beautiful.
Kate?
I love it. Actually, that's the look I'm going for. And I'm actually kind of almost wearing that color.
Kitty girl.
Yes.
All right, moving on. We have Alexander Skarsgård. He's wearing Balenciaga boots with Alexander McQueen a blazer. Michael, yay or nay?
You know I have a problem with this. Nay.
Shaq?
You know, that's a good looking white man. I didn't think it was possible to make him look a mess. But them boots ain't it. Is them some married boots on him?
He's going fly fishing.
Those are Balenciaga boots. The thigh
The
high.
Balenciaga, excuse me, Ashley. It's a no. It's a no.
Dina, yeah or nay?
No.
Jonte?
You know, you wear boots like that when you're going, like he said, fly fishing, or if you're gonna deliver like a animal baby, like a cow or something. That's the only other way I could read.
Well, damn.
Yeah, that's a no.
I was really gonna get these, but y'all talk about me bad if I try to pull these off.
I think it would probably work better for you than him.
Kate, yay or nay?
I just want to say I think this is very new and that we've never seen something like this before. But have we see it more often, that it might look better to us. So if we see it in a different way, I just want to say that he is a tall man. So I think that he really could pull this off, and he is so fine. That this is what he does, though. If you look at his page, he wears just really unique things and just kind of puts it out there. So yeah, I would mount him like a 45-inch TV. I think he's fine.
Yes. Okay, going on. We have Taraji P. Henson. She's wearing Celine and Louis Vuitton. Michael, yay or nay?
I'm into it. Yay.
Shaq?
Well, see, I would mount her like a 75-inch TV. So how about that?
Oh.
How about that?
Okay.
Dina?
I think she fly.
Jonte?
You know, I don't like her personality, so everything on her is ugly to me. She's so stank. But I mean, the boots are cute.
Kate?
I love white boots and white shoes. So yeah, I love it. She's giving rich.
Okay.
Rich
We
man.
have Christina Aguilera and Balenciaga. Michael, yay or nay?
It's fine. Yay.
I'm loving that hair. I've never seen Christina with this short of hair before, so I'm liking it. It's new. Shaq, yay or nay?
No, it's fine.
Dina, yay or nay?
Yay.
Jonte?
I don't know, because this looks like the Ozempic body, and I think she needs a little bit more meat on her bones to make that really pop. I'm undecided.
Okay, Kate?
I love the dress. I think the dress is really cool.
All right, moving on. We have
Is it patent leather?
It looks like it's sheer on the bottom, and the top is maybe some kind of leather.
Like leather bodice.
Yeah. We have Anne Hathaway and Louis Vuitton. Michael, yay or nay?
She looks expensive. Yay.
Very expensive. Shaq, yay or nay?
It's giving the Devil Wears Prada too. And
You guys, this Devil Wears Prada 2 press tour, and the clothing has just been bonkers. It's been bonkers.
I'm gonna be the only black. I'll probably be the only black stud in there that day.
Dina, yay or nay?
Everything. Do you hear me? Everything. I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, if she had on some pearls, you could wear that to church, Dina.
Baby, and wood. I will put a button down underneath it and listen.
I absolutely love it, but she looks a little like a Christmas ornament.
Okay.
I love Christmas. That's my favorite.
Hey, yay or nay?
Yeah, that's my favorite woman, and her fashion has really been on point. So
Yeah.
love Anne
for sure.
Hathaway.
Okay, next look. We have Lady Gaga and Saint Laurent. Michael, yay or nay?
So basic. Nay.
Shaq?
I think she look good. It's a basic black dress. It's nice.
It's nice to see Lady Gaga toned down. She always has Christmas trees on her head and shit, and I just want to see her toned
Ain't no
down.
food on her. You know what I'm saying?
Dina, yay or nay?
No, I love this. It's classic. It's clean. I love it.
Jonte?
The
Okay.
ponytail, everything.
I'm here. I'm sorry. I was on mute. I love Lady Gaga toned down. She does it when she's toned down. It's life every time.
All right. Kate?
Yay. I love it. It's beautiful. It's Saint Laurent. That's what it is.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Now, you guys, this next look, I had to send this to Dina because I just needed somebody else to just. It's just it's so everything, you guys. This is the look of the year for me. This is Meryl Streep and Givenchy.
Oh,
It's just so good. It's so good.
I'm
Y'all
gagging.
so
I
fat.
am gagging.
This lady got on a cool rain
When
dress and
I
y'all losing your
tell
mind.
you she looks like a thistle day.
You guys, and when it moved. It was just, I just melted.
Meryl Streep is her. She is her.
Her, do you hear me? Her, she's my fairy godmother.
Mm-hmm.
Michael, yay or nay?
You know I love a well-draped fabric, so this is a yay for me.
Shaq, yay or nay?
I can't say I get it, but something that you guys may not know about me is that I am the biggest Meryl Streep fan on earth. I go to all her movies. I be the youngest, blackest thing in the theater. It'd be a whole bunch of old married white people, and I be in there with them talking about her last movie. I love her so much. So I don't care what she got on. That's Meryl Streep, and I rock with her. But I don't really get it though, y'all. It just looked like a big raincoat. But I'm glad y'all happy.
Oh,
Dina, yay or nay? I already know.
This is everything.
I just love her.
There is no nay in the book for this. Stop it. This is everything.
What is it? Is it a dress? What is
it? A coat or is it a dress? Is there something?
I think it's a
underneath?
cape
I don't
over
care.
a
I don't care.
dress. Yeah,
I don't
that's
care.
my
It could
guess.
be a muumuu. It could be a muumuu. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's fly. I don't care. I don't care.
The gloves made it for me. The gloves just.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Jante, yay or nay?
I would have picked a deeper red with the black gloves and the black, shoes. But Meryl is life every time. Like this has me want to, speak in tongues. She is everything and she is making it. And, when she says, oh, well, don't just stand there. Like this is giving life.
That's all.
Yeah. Kate, yay or nay?
Women of that age group, mature women, they love to layer and they love to cover themselves. And it's like just really a statement. When I worked for Adelaide, it was like just a lot of women that were 60 plus and they love a cape and they love that. So that is just very age appropriate and very fashion forward for that. And I love that. I think that's great. So that just is just very on brand for her age group, which no shade at all, of course. Like it's wonderful. So I'm just like taking notes because at that age, like that's what the status is to the other women is like your coat, your gloves, your accessories, your boom. You're not showing skin. You're not skanky like me with some cleavage. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to show body, but they're like, no, honey, look at all this fabric that we afford. Like that's what this is, honey.
Mom.
Oh, and she got on somebody.
Okay, Pam. Thank you, Pam. See, proving my point.
Mom, I live.
That's what Mama said.
Yeah.
Voice.
Come on, Pam.
But Kate, I'm 43 and I love a cape, bitch. I will wear a cape every day.
Of course.
Oh, a cape hates to see me coming, baby. What? What? A cape and a fan? All she needed was a.
That's all.
Oh my gosh, you're right. You're so right.
Moving on, we have Coco Roca. She's wearing Christian Siriano.
Oh.
Michael, yay or nay?
This is a rare instance where I like Christian Siriano. Yay.
Shaq?
Oh yeah, that's fly. That's like a rich 101 Dalmatians. I love that. I love that.
Dina?
The fashions, honey. The fashions, the looks. This is
they're very good. Yeah.
I can't wait to see that movie.
This is everything.
Yeah. Jante?
I really hope the movie lives up to the press tour. That's all I gotta say because it's fire.
Exactly. Kate?
One thing Christian Siriano is going to do is flex the craftsmanship. Like he can make and design a dress and he's going to do something so avant-garde and off the wall and next level. So very talented. He's not about to play with anybody.
All right. We have Lisa Rinna and Christian Cowan. Michael, yay or nay?
Oh, this is so good. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
She's been killing it lately.
Oh, 100%.
Shaq, yay or nay?
Yeah, she be fly. I like it.
Dina?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. She killed that.
Caitlin?
Really cool. I really like that. I like everything she does though, because she's very
me too. Yeah, me too.
Risks.
Okay, moving on. We have who is next? We have a lot of YSL and Saint Laurent tonight. Rihanna and YSL, Saint Laurent. Michael, yay or nay?
Oh, I love that color. Yay.
Shaq, yay or nay?
Yeah, I think she looked nice. You know, sometimes she look questionable. So
All right.
she looks very rich and appropriate here.
Dina?
She looks wealthy, and it definitely is something I would wear to church. She looks really good.
John Tay?
I love it. It's definitely given a highlighter on Easter Sunday, but it's it says mom, it says evolving, it says
Yeah.
it says mature. I love it.
Kate?
I mean, hair is laid for the gods, red lip. I mean, Chartreuse is very rich right now. So, I mean, I think she's great. I think this kind of speaks to her just being postpartum too. Like, but also like on grown business. She's not in that pour it up era anymore,
Yeah.
She's giving cashmere.
Yeah, she used to look broke, huh?
I mean, really like little booty shorts and little something, but she can put it together.
And a blunt.
This next picture caused kind of a controversy online and started making people speculate what the next act will be. We have Beyonce. She's wearing a purple, Prince purple YSL gown. She was just going out to dinner. Michael, yay or nay?
This one's not my favorite. Nay.
Okay, Shaq.
Oh, she Beyonce. I rock with her. I don't care what she got on.
All right, Dina.
I think it's amazing. All this fabric and then just voluptuousness is just everything for me. I love it.
So where was she going?
You said what?
Where was she going? You said she just
Dinner.
Dinner. She went to dinner.
She was pulling up at Applebee's.
In New York,
like that?
or Paris.
She was in LA.
LA.
We were celebrating the 10th anniversary of 10th anniversary of Lemonade. And so they went out to dinner. But y'all know Beyonce don't do shit just to. If there's always something.
Yeah, she's selling something.
So yeah, John Tay.
Gonna have little purple capes on for Halloween or something.
It looks like she put the dress on and then somebody took her to the shredder. Or maybe a cat attacked her. I do love the color though.
I wish her hair was different. The hair's too much for me.
She was going to get some meat.
That's not the right bag for that either.
Yeah. Kate?
I love the dress. I mean, that looks comfortable, so I think she pulls it off. And, the more fabric, the more expensive it is. And I think that's the message.
Okay.
Hey, that big marble was cool. That marble she got in her hair, I rock with that. I want one of those. You think it's a marble? It looked like a marble.
It looks like
pearl.
Oh my God. Moving
big pearl.
Moving
Why
on.
y'all invite me on this? I know I don't know.
We have Coleman Domingo and Valentino. I love everything Valentino is doing since Alejandro Michele has gone over there. Everything's very 70s, very bell bottom.
Love.
I love this. This
amazing.
This eats to me. Michael, yay or nay?
I'd wear it. Yay.
Yes.
Shaq, yay or nay?
That's fire. He looked like he smelled good.
There was, and I'm going to pause real quick. There was a high school boy who was going to prom that I featured on my page, and he had the exact replica to this.
He did.
It was tailored down. It was just like this, and that's how I think. Well, it doesn't matter because I don't have kids, but I think all high school boys should acquire to look like that. Going,
yes, please.
It's clean. It's minimalistic. It don't have a bunch of rhinestones and decals all over it. Tennis shoes. Yeah. Anyways, Dina, yay or nay?
Yeah, he looks so good.
Smell him through the computer.
He can get it. I love it.
Okay.
John Tay. I mean, Kate.
That is the best suit I've seen in a long time. He looks really good. I love that leg too. That leg.
Valentino they can do a suit. All right. And the last look we have tonight, she's never been on our fashion files before because she's never given us anything. But I wanted to showcase her because I'm not a hater.
Let me see.
Candy Burris and Christian Cowan. I think this was, she ate this down. I mean, we know Candy's not a fashion girl, but recently she's gotten a stylist. She's more fashionable. She's doing a lot on Broadway, and she's in these rooms with, wealthy people. So she's trying to look the part. Michael, yay or nay?
I'm into it. Yay.
It's so Dynasty in Dallas.
It is.
Yeah.
Shaq,
Yeah, she looks good. I like it.
Dina?
Yeah, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Jonte?
It's definitely Dynasty in Dallas. I love it.
Kate?
Yeah, that's really pretty. I love anything backless, and as long as it's not horrendous and folded, I'm into it.
Y'all are hilarious tonight. Okay, so for our last segment, come sit on my couch. So I was watching the Brat and Judy interview with Angie Martinez last week, and there was a segment they were talking about that I really wanted to bring to the panel about this, how you guys feel. I don't know if Hector's watching because I want to know how he feels about this as well. I'll play it and then we'll talk about it.
And on purpose. I just because she don't let me talk to my exes. We don't. It's not. Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Because you were saying, past relationships,
How did she just put that in on purpose?
I just said that because a past relationship she had, something happened with her ex talking to their exes, so we don't do she don't like us.
But that's the thing, though.
Exes.
People usually don't talk to their exes. Like that's the thing.
Is it?
You talk to your exes?
Well, not
in a relationship,
not in a flirting way, but
I feel like you don't leave the door open for the just in case,
there's a
or you
couple
don't
you let me still.
Right, but
communicating with every now and then.
Correct, but
for
if
specific
reasons. For those reasons, but if you don't have any reason to keep in touch with them, you don't have to keep in touch.
Not
with
like,
them.
hey, how you doing? Checking on you. You don't want to, hey, how you doing?
I mean, because that can eventually turn into a, hey, boo, what's up, or damn, I'm sad I don't get a chance at it, or whatever, because you just
I would
don't
never do that.
No, not saying you.
Okay.
If you leave an open line of communication with somebody else and they're having a hard time and they think of you first, I feel like you just don't leave that door open for that even to be a thing. Like don't even leave the door open for the disrespectful communication even try to happen.
And please don't, because I wouldn't play with her.
So my question to you guys tonight on Come to My Couch, is it appropriate for a partner to tell you can't speak to an ex? I mean, I have exes that I'm very good friends with. Like, for instance, my ex Lorenzo. We have been friends since we went to the same church. We were little kids, and we've dated. It didn't work, but we're still friends to this day. I mean, you just have connections with some exes. Is it appropriate? Who wants to take this? Let's start in. So quiet.
I'll knock myself out. Let me knock myself out real quick. I'm not good with boundaries. I am doing really good work in therapy to establish boundaries and stuff. It's been a thing for me the last couple years. Speaking for the lesbian committee, we always friends with our exes. We women don't really ditch connections like that, which is why Brad was like, "Is not," and let me tell you, if you do not have healthy boundaries in place, it's a mess. As someone who has held on so strongly to past interactions, it caused nothing but trouble for me over the years because I wasn't good with boundaries. And so now I err on the side of no, just because I'm working on my boundaries. And if you don't have good boundaries, if you don't have very established yes and no's, and this person can't just call you, if you haven't cultivated those types of relationships with those exes, it's a problem. And it becomes a problem when someone gets serious about you. So my recommendation,
what do you have if you don't have trust?
No, it's no. That's no, because I hear you, and that used to be what I would say. Well, what about trust? And you just gotta trust me, and But without healthy boundaries, there can be slips. People are human, and you know what? It doesn't matter what you feel. You are not in the mind of another person, and you can never guarantee that other person isn't there because they want something more. Things can change, and so your boundaries have to be very clear so that your partner is never in competition or never feels competitive. If your partner feels anything, it's not always them having low self-esteem. It's probably you having poor boundaries. That was the case with me. I had to learn to tell the difference between shitty boundaries and people with low self-esteem. And what I found out was that I was the problem. So I think that I was the problem, and I'm doing work not to be that problem anymore. You have to ask yourself what you care about, what you're trying to build, or what you done already did. And at this point in my life, I care about what I want to build. But again, if you have healthy boundaries from the start and you build that relationship with your ex as a healthy boundary relationship that is not meant to impose on anything that you have going on and is not meant to take precedence in your life, then okay. But it's rare that we've done that intentionally. People have just stuck around.
So
and
you
I
would,
expect you to have high self-esteem.
so you would say yes, it's appropriate for your significant other to say no. You
I
can't
think
do
if
that.
she has to say it, you have a problem. And so I think that if she's saying it, I think she may have a reason. I don't know that they're always being appropriate. I think there can be instances where you're just dealing with a cycle. But I think if your partner felt the need to say it, there's a chance that you have not established things correctly, and it's worth the conversation. Now, I do not think that you immediately need to get mad at that person or talk bad about that person. I think it needs to be an open conversation, and you need to self-examine how you moving. And I say that as a person who has had very poor boundaries and has struggled with this for a very long time, and it has caused problems, and I had to start growing up. And I'm 42 now, and I'm just now starting to get this together. So, some of us can be, bachelors for life, and that's a hot mess.
Michael.
I would say I am probably diametrically opposed to Shaq. If anyone
Of
tries
course
to
you are.
tell me who I can or can't talk to, that's highly inappropriate. And by the way, I would never ask that of my partner either. There are very few things I value in life more than personal agency and freedom. And I think if someone is trying to take something away from you, it says more about them than it does about you. There is a risk always in a relationship. And the more you try to control how somebody can act or who they can communicate with, you're really just setting yourself up for heartbreak or failure. As Ashley said, and I agree with you, Ash, there's got to be trust. If there is trust, what's the harm with the conversation? People come and go from our lives. Some of us have exes that we were close with, in the past, and there's a friendship that lingers, and that's fine. I personally cannot imagine ever telling, my partner, you cannot talk to X, Y, or Z. That's just a level of control I am unwilling to exert.
Well, to be clear now, I didn't say that. I very distinctly talked about boundaries and those issues. So there is a difference between somebody who's just an outright control freak and someone who was saying, hey, this here is disruptive to our relationship. And so, I do have to make sure that we mention that part, right? Like just controlling. I just met you and I'm about to come in and blow up your life. Like that's craziness, like, come on. Like, but again, speaking as someone who has had boundary issues and stuff, I have created problems in my life because women felt in competition with relationships. And there has to be some level of silo. Your partner being your partner should be different. It should be special.
Let me jump back to Michael. So if your partner said this is, what did you say, Shaq? This is causing a problem? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I've had that. Why are you on the phone with her all the time? Like, are you with her or me? Like, people shouldn't feel that. And that's a very distinct feeling. And it's not always low self-esteem. It's not always them being controlling. Sometimes, like, you have poor boundaries. Sometimes you just hold on to everything and everybody, and you ain't made no room for a distinction in your life for someone who's important to you. And Michael, I used to move like that.
Rebuttal to that part of it.
To that, I would say, let me make my mistake. And if it means you need to leave me, I'll fall on the sword. I have messed up enough in my life. I'm not trying to make excuses for my poor behavior in the past at all. All I'm saying is if I would have been denied the freedom to do it, it would have ended even worse.
Y'all getting hot.
These are my mistakes to make. It's not your life to live, it's mine.
My God. My God, my God. My God. Boundaries are really important. I have been on both sides of the fence with that, where I didn't have healthy boundaries, and I've been on the side where I experienced the repercussions of someone else's unhealthy boundaries. So I think more important than telling them who they can and cannot talk to is more important to establish what you will and will not tolerate from the fruit of what they're doing. So, you know what I mean? Move how you feel like you want to do, how you want to move. But if I start getting fruit from your situation, then we got a problem.
Y'all are good today. Y'all are on fire tonight. Woo, Jante.
I actually have an amazing relationship with my ex-husband, and that started. We got divorced in 2009, and we were able to rebuild our friendship in 2018. And he actually fucked over all his boundaries for a woman, and had to eat crow and come back. Now I was with Tommy at the time, and I thought, oh my gosh, I need to enforce all these boundaries. I have the man of my dreams. And he was like, I really don't care about all of that because I trust you. I mean, it was like just trust given, not trust earned, which is another thing that I learned. Trust should be given. Trust shouldn't be earned. Personally, like, I have no reason to not trust you. So why do you have to now earn it? And just yesterday, his new girlfriend that I think he's going to marry, and I love her. She's wonderful. And I and Tommy and him had a conversation, and we were on the phone shooting the shit for like 2 hours. And he was just like, this is just so amazing. I just never knew that, we could be this way. And I thought, how awkward is this, right, for the rest of the world? Because first of all, my ex-husband is bringing his new girl to get my approval on her.
Wow.
And my current husband
Gross.
is shooting the shit with them like no big deal. Like, yeah, next time y'all come up here, yeah, I'm gonna grill. And it's the perspective change in in your mindset. Like, I'm giving you my trust, and I'm not about to micromanage you or who you talk to or who you're around and whatever. And what you do with that is up to you.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Kate.
That's fire.
That is fire.
I guess it just really depends on, if for me personally, if there was an ex who still felt like she held some weight and still had some if she was like flirtatious, it just depends. If it was like it's so obviously platonic, at my age now, in my 20s, I would have been like, hell no. I was just too insecure and too jealous and too non-trusting. But if he had an ex that was just acting all sexy and all that, and just not playing in my face and act like, disrespecting me, then I'd be like, okay, like, what's the purpose of her? Like, what do we need her for? Like, what's,
right.
If they had kids, fine. But if they don't, then, I mean, what's that song by Maya Case of the ex? Because y'all didn't have no kids, didn't share no mutual friends. And y'all know that she turned trick when y'all broke up in 96. So Case of the ex.
That's the jam.
Okay, interesting. You guys, I loved all your answers. We had a really good show tonight. Y'all were on fire. This was a really good cast. Anyway, you guys, please like and share this. Wow, this is a good show tonight. What did Jante forecast? She said, when I say it's going to be a short show, it usually is.
It be long.
So, yes, we got to get off because it's saying we're almost over time on YouTube. But anyways, please like and share. We will be back with another show. Have a good night. Be safe out there. And don't crash out on us. Yeah, use your brain. Love you guys.
That part.
Everybody else, we'll see you soon. Peace.
Bye, baby.
Deuces.